you go ahead and just introduce yourselves just for the guys watching.
Daniel Dominguez.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Christian.
Eric Padilla.
Yeah, so man, how was the last time I seen you guys? It had to be at least 5 years ago.
No way.
It was when we did that event with Maya.
Oh, that was like
Oh,
at
at
that
the
bar,
billiards?
The billiards, yeah.
Wow.
In Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah.
show. That was a good time.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
It was a lot of stuff going
So
on.
many,
Yeah.
so much going on. And I don't know if you guys saw that guy that stuck at the end.
No.
Yeah, he just went crazy because we didn't give him like enough time, but he showed up like an hour late.
Oh, wow. We didn't see that.
You gotta
he-
pick
he
your battles
like-
sometimes.
He tried stealing all my equipment.
Come on, man.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, no, fuck this. I'm not going to do that. It's like, you guys
Some
didn't give me enough
shit.
time. And he started, like, grabbing stuff. I'm like, oh, shit.
Wow.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
but
honestly,
missed that.
hey, I would have
Yeah.
done the same thing, so.
Talk about
For what it's
overstepping
worth.
a boundary.
You
I
would
don't blame
have
him.
Oh,
you would have showed up late to your own gig and then still wanted
Yeah.
to play more time?
Who
I don't
shows
know.
up late, huh, Christian?
I know, right? Who does that?
Who shows up
Who
late?
shows
I
up
know.
late?
Yeah, but what you guys been up to? Because I remember I tried hitting you guys up a while back, but you guys kind of went MIA for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, we put out, coronavirus, you know? But, yeah, since then we stopped playing for a little bit just because we all had our own lives to deal with, you know, we wanted to stay safe, so that prevented us from getting together. But after things started to not look as grim, we started rehearsing, practicing, working on new material, because I think we all missed it. We all missed just playing music together, you know? Homie Eric joined the band about 2 years ago.
I joined right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
Perfect time. It's like, all right, I'm in this band. No shows for
Yeah.
2 years.
So we got to season the music with Eric on the guitar, which is something we'd been missing. And then me, Jessica, and Christian have been together for about
This was
We
the
started
beginning.
together.
Yeah.
like, I believe
Yeah.
about 4 years now, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely.
Yeah.
The originals.
Yeah.
No, and actually it was perfect when he came in because like he needed to learn his own parts and because we didn't want him to play exactly what the other guitarists played. We wanted him to play what he wanted to play, you know?
Right.
So for us, it's like, yeah, he came in during COVID, but at least you had all that time to polish and do anything, make mistakes, do all that stuff. So that's
Still making mistakes to this day.
it's okay. It's
Happy
natural to do
mistakes.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we did do our own thing for like maybe a few months, but then like me and Daniel started getting together on the low key and just working on music together. Then we added Jessica in when she was more comfortable to come in, you know, because of the whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
And so and then it started. We started working on a whole new like different songs and different what's it called? I guess methods of approaching music as well. You know.
Yeah, we all like just love music, so we're listening to it and like always on our instruments and stuff. So when we come together, it's like, oh fuck it.
Yeah, definitely. I've always believed like music is a conversation between different musicians, and the more you get to know people, and these are all like beautiful people, and the more I get to know them, the more like comfortable I am just being myself around them, and like just knowing, you know, sometimes you're jamming with people and you just have this like 10-15 minute jam where nothing's planned but everything like works out perfectly because you already just instinctually know what everyone's gonna do.
Right,
And
right.
that's why I love being in this band, because I feel like we're starting to get to that point.
Yeah, like one of the songs we're gonna play today, actually we did it in rehearsal, and then we were like, we passed it around. I think we performed it for the first time, like probably a couple of months ago. But we were done with like shows and stuff, so we said let's take a listen to that, and then that one take that we just did on like a second run or something happened to lay the structure for what it went on to become, and we couldn't even figure it out until we like listened to that recording. So it's really, yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes those first jams are like
Oh yeah.
The
it.
best.
But then if you didn't record it, it's hard to go back and try to
Yeah.
remember what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a
Big
lot of
time.
those.
I think as a musician, that's the most important thing. Record jams, especially if you think that something's gonna happen. Like if you already know, like you're creating something beautiful, like record it, you know, because then you forget it. You forget about all those things. There's been so many times where we jam and then we create something great and then we don't record it and we forget about it. You know.
Yeah, like especially for me, like on the recording side, because I'm usually the one like sitting and being the engineer.
Yeah.
It's usually always the first take that ends up being the cut,
Yeah.
and like it's so hard because I usually know that's gonna happen, so I have to like try to be perfect on that first take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I already know like an hour later, like so many
Yeah.
takes, you guys aren't even like in it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's always like that initial step, like when you
Mhm.
guys first get that mojo going.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
usually always the best.
Maybe maybe even the second take.
Well,
Yeah.
it's interesting that you mentioned that because like it's just always funny like listening to yourself and like trying to figure out what you were playing. But I think there is like a certain like magic about like spontaneity that like that's why the first take's always the best because no one knows where it's going.
Right.
You know, once you kind of know the end, you're trying to think how do I get there. But when you're in it, it's just happening. You know.
And you gotta adapt and just like get on it at the first.
Yeah, especially like when you're doing fills.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You listen back to it, it's like, man, what the hell did I do there? That was kind of cool. But then you can't remember what you did, so you can't replicate it.
Yeah. Been there
Story
before.
of my life.
Yeah, but I mean, I've always loved how you guys play. Like, I got introduced to you guys when I did that event, but I just like kept following you guys. I was kind of bummed out you guys don't have more music online.
Coming soon.
Yeah, but even then, like, I feel like your guys' recordings don't justify how you guys perform live,
Oh man.
because it's very different.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys just have like some vibe that you guys go through, just because of like the style of music that you guys play. It's just very organic,
Yeah.
especially when it's live, for sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on some recordings right now. Actually, we have like 3 more songs that we recorded, and we're just getting those ready to put them out soon.
Okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what do you guys think is your guys' like biggest influence? Because I get a lot of like Rafi Pagan, like Malo type vibes, but like it's like kind of like what Chicano Batman's doing, like not what they're doing, but like that same kind of vibe. But I feel like that's kind of most music that's coming out of South Central right now, or like Boyle Heights.
Well, do you want to answer this, Daniel? Because we have it's a mixture of a lot of things, to be honest with you.
I think we all kind of bring our own like flavor
Yeah.
into it,
Yeah.
you know. Me, like I've always been more into like psychedelic stuff, you know. But I also love like oldies, soul music, funk. Like that's my stuff. That's how I learned to really play guitar. But then I hear these guys and they have like different styles of music, and they've like showed me music that I have never heard before. And it's like really like opened my mind up, you know? And it's like, how do I take what I do right here and incorporate it into this context, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've listened to a lot of like Afrobeat. I listened to a lot of Latin American rock, classic Latin American rock from the 60s. I listen to also oldies. I love oldies. I grew up with them. And so I get a lot of my influences from there and my ideas as well, and how to play and how to, you know, if we're going to compose a music, like, what can I add to it, you know?
Right.
And yeah, I mean, and then and of course, you know, Bossa Nova and Brazilian music,
Right.
all types. So my ear is always open to the world, you know, like, so my music, when I hear them, especially Daniel, because Daniel, like, he has also introduced some music to me, and it's like, and I see that, oh, you like this? I like this too. Then that means that, oh yeah, then we could create something, you know, like, because we both have kind of that same interest in music, you know?
Right.
But yeah, like, but I don't know, I know Jessica has a little bit of a different ear, you know? And she grew up with a family that used to play in like cumbia
Okay.
parties and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I grew up. Both of my parents are musicians, and they had a band when they were younger.
Okay.
And so once they had their kids, they made all of us play with them. So we would play for like our cousins' like weddings and quinceañeras and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So like even from a very young age, I just grew up playing cumbias and stuff like that. So I think I bring a lot of like cumbia like vibe or like a rock en español vibe to it, you know, because that's just what I grew up playing with.
That's cool.
I like music that has like social commentary. You know, Fela Kuti, Mos Def, like Silvio Rodriguez, like, and they're all different. So, but what I really enjoy is like I guess like jazz, like free music, you know. And man, with everyone's face here, we all just like they all talk my language. You know, I think everyone here has a very open ear, and we like also like, you know, we do like writing a song, but we also like creating a vibe, you know. So yeah, music for me would be okay. Let's go with flavor of the month. So far. Fela Kuti, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Fela Kuti. Yeah, I'll go with that for now.
But if we were to say there was a band that we can, like, say we look up to, yeah, it's kind of hard because it's just a mixture of all
Yeah.
things,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like it makes that's what makes your guys' band special and have your own sound
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I get a lot of like Cuban vibes from you guys.
Mm.
Like, even though you guys aren't
Nice.
Cuban,
Yeah.
but like I get that kind of like vibe from you guys, especially like the way you guys play samba. It's not
Oh,
really
yeah.
Brazilian,
Yeah, no.
but it's pretty cool. And you guys
It's our
kind of like
little-
jazz it all up.
Yeah. A little Latin taste of
Yeah.
Brazilian, yeah.
It's the South Central Samba.
Yeah. Exactly.
like music for me has always been like a very like emotional experience. Anything that like I think that's why I perhaps for it's the same for y'all, but like that's why I have like an open ear because like you know I always tell people like I'm open to all music, right? Bluegrass country doesn't resonate with me so much, you know, but I have been turned on to stuff that I'm like, okay, like that idea is cool, or like this singer is like, you know, really making me feel something, you know. And I think just having that open ear, not judging things before you even have the opportunity to really go in depth and analyze it, I think is what brings us kind of together because I love some of my favorite practices aren't even the ones where we play together. So I'm like, hey man, have you heard this song? Hey, have you heard that? Like,
You guys just hanging out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, it's a privilege to be with these people in a band because they're my friends. I consider them my friends first before I consider them my bandmates.
Yeah, that
What's
goes
up?
for me too as well.
Me too, man.
Yeah, I feel like that's why it works so well.
No.
Because it's like, you know, when you're friends,
It's all
like,
business.
yeah, when you're friends, it's like it's so much easier to connect, you know, because you already have a connection emotionally, and then you add the music in there, and then, you know, and not to say that we do have our times where we're not feeling it, you know, we you know we have our ups and downs and when we rehearse, but when we do catch that spirit, that like music spirit, man, it's beautiful. And in those times, in those moments, I wish people could be there to see that. Because it's just perfect, everything, you know? But, you know,
Yeah, I
regardless.
think that's what separates a lot of bands because some of them just get together just to make money, and then there's other ones that get together because it's like a passion project. But I mean, you can tell the difference between the quality of sound that's coming out.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
definitely.
like it's very easy to play music, but it's hard to actually like get your emotions across to the listener, and that's really when like you're actually being like a full musician, like you embody that
Yeah.
whole spirit, for sure.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's always hard just to find that balance in between where you're like, you know what you're doing, but you're not so much in your head, and you're just letting everything flow.
Yeah,
For sure.
that's true.
So like, what do you guys have? Actually, I want to ask like, what was probably your favorite concert that you guys thrown?
Concert that we've thrown.
I think
Just
my
like your
favorite.
best show that you guys feel like was pretty dope, where you guys were like just vibing,
I
even
have
if you guys
two.
didn't get paid.
We get money. We get money.
We make so much money.
So much money.
I have two favorites.
Which ones?
I have our 1 year anniversary show that was really cool because I think a lot of our friends
Oh,
showed
yeah,
up
yeah,
and it
that's
was really supportive and it was just really fun. And I think we just gave it our all. We played really well that day. But I also have another favorite because we played Ontario. I don't remember what that place was called. but-
Oh, was it at the...
Dragon Fruit
Romantica.
Skincare.
No, not
It
Argentina.
was for
Oh,
Dragon
was it?
Fruit
Oh
Skincare.
yeah, you're right. It was that. I forgot what it was
But
called.
it was my favorite because Eric played with us that day and we played really well
It was
together.
for the art walk, right?
Yes.
And it was like, I think it was like Upland. It was more closer to Upland.
Okay.
Yeah, and but yeah, we also the fact that like the people was very intimate. There wasn't like a lot of people. It was like maybe like 20, 25 people. It was intimate, and
Really
we had
small.
to kind of pay attention to our volume of like our instruments, and that also helped because sometimes when we're in practice, we say like, hey, this practice, let's do it like this, you know, let's lower our volumes, and so it helped out, and yeah, no, it came out really well. I agree with you, Jessica. I think that one was one of my favorites as well.
Ontario show was pretty sick.
Yeah, you agree too?
That's,
Yeah.
that's all I gotta say. It was pretty cool.
Daniel, do you
Had a
agree?
good vibe.
Yes, it was good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
cool
that
because I
one.
made so many mistakes no one noticed.
Yeah,
Not
those
at all.
tiny shows are always the best.
Yeah.
I remember we played in like some little hole in the wall bar in Hemet.
Yeah.
It was like in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, wow.
There's something freeing
I
about
love
like
Emmett.
yeah.
Fucking Emmett's tight.
Like, we didn't even fit in the bar. That's how tiny it was.
Wow.
But it was
Yeah.
like probably one of our best shows. Like,
Yeah,
it,
we
it
were
was just
like-
something about just like being tied in with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was so
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, those are the
Sometimes
best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are better than sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we played some pretty decent spots, but it's definitely those small ones that, like at the time, you don't really appreciate. But then once you're going home, you're like, oh, that was pretty dope.
Yeah, I think it's the energy that the people bring, and then we can
Right.
actually feel it. And then, you know, to me, it's like when there's so many people, you get lost in like, oh, there's a lot of people, so we gotta sound good. But when there's very minimal people, you could feel everyone's energy. It's like clearer, I guess, you know?
Right.
definitely like playing music is a conversation between the bandmates, but performing in front of people, I think, is a dialogue between the band and the crowd.
In the crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, we played actually a really fun one on about 2 weeks ago. That's all I can remember.
The
backyard?
The backyard show?
Yeah.
Oh, the
That was a
backyard.
fun
That
show.
one was cool. It made me feel young again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of those old school backyard shows
Yeah.
where you just bring your own beer. There's some vendors there, you know, but it's just like they have a little like, you know, an alright stage, and then, you know, they have a PA system, and then you
Yeah.
just connect, you get there.
Yeah,
You never
super.
want to use a house kit, you know, because it's not always
Yeah.
the best. But, it was fun, though. The energy, everyone was cool, you know. And it was also intimate in a way, you know. There wasn't a lot of people.
It was
Yeah.
a lot on Terrace. I think that's what they're called. And we were invited by our homie from Tofu, a really great band too. And, all the bands there that night were
Yeah.
really,
They're all
from
really
left field.
positive people.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a nice, like, little DIY show, but everybody was, like, really supportive.
Yeah, that's what I noticed a lot with all these up and coming bands. 'Cause it used to not be like that.
No.
People just minded their own business.
Yeah.
Nobody helped each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was weird because like it was like an integration of different genres. Like in the beginning, there was a punk band, then there was a goth band, then there was us, then there was another punk band, and then there was a pop punk band, and it's just like whoa, like variety everywhere. But it was nice, you know. Everyone shared the space and you know supported every band.
And they brought it. Everyone that played that night was like
Yeah.
feeling their music.
Yeah,
Like, fuck.
yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So what do you guys have in the works besides the album? So any like cool shows you guys got lined up?
I think making cohesive sets of music. I think that's something that we want to focus on. Like, there's a message in our music, and we could weave the songs to further, you know, bring that to light. So, man, just keep doing that, because I think we've been doing that, and our shows have been going great. So we keep doing that. It's gonna be nice.
Who writes most of the music, or like who does which parts?
I write I make an idea, and then I pitch it to everyone, and then they either say it's
We're
whack,
like, nah.
or they give me the yes. That's how they do it.
We'll go like this and
I'm like,
Bring out the tiger.
nah. No, he does a really good job.
Yeah.
I like his ideas. He's just a great composer, and lyrics. Oh man, like that's me. I'm not a lyricist, so when I hear his lyrics, they're amazing. You know.
First
They-
time I ever heard that from you. Like,
No, but yeah, like I appreciate when he comes in because he's always coming in. He's like, oh look, I have something new. Oh, I have something new. This guy,
Yeah.
I have another homie like that's almost the same way, you know, where they are always writing something new, you know, and I like that. And he comes in and usually it's just me and him, and then or me and him and Jessica. And then, or now, since, you know, Eric's more available, like, he'll get together with Eric before any of us, and then he'll show the idea, and then from there, we'll kind of just build it. You know, we'll structure it. You know, he'll probably have, like, 70% of it, and then we'll add in the last 30 of it, you know? Or, you know, sometimes we just have the first part to the song, and then we go in, and we, you know, and, yeah, we finish it up to the end. But, yeah, but overall, though, he comes up with the first few riffs and the first lyrics and melodies.
For sure.
Yeah.
What was like the overall message that you try getting across? Because I know most of your guys' songs are like pretty, like detailed. Even like you don't really notice it in the words, but like if you like sit down and like actually listen, it's a trip.
I think the message on my end would be, keep your head up. The world is a difficult place for POC, you know, and we're right there with you, and you're beautiful, and you deserve to be here, and love yourself, and
Well, self-love.
Yeah.
For sure. That's very opposite to what I write. Yeah, most of my songs are kind of angry. Yeah, no, but
That's
what's up.
valid too.
Yeah, it's
Anger is valid as well.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, it's always hard to make music that's emotional and intimate and still get across as like an earworm, you know? Because a lot of people, if like they sit down and like try to listen to those songs, most of them just tune out. You guys do like a pretty good job of like incorporating other music, so you stay interested.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
Thank
love.
you.
I feel like some riffs that we have are like they have anger in them, you know, too. It's like we have punto final, we have ruleta, and like we get to just release a lot of that energy, and it's really, I like that part of our music and playing with everyone. Like, I think I know all of them are really great people, but I know we also have like things that we let out through music when we play together, and that's like freaking therapy for sure, you know.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, definitely for me, it's super therapeutic just being on stage and letting it all out.
Yeah, I feel like also our music touches base with some sort of activism when it comes to like us believing that, you know, like borders don't exist and people can be free to come and go, you know. But and also the color of our skin and how people have been treated because of that, and that's also important, you know. It is self-love, but also the fact that like we recognize that and we're against any type of you know, whether it be homophobia or whether it be racism or even like classism, like to that extent, like, you know, like we are aware of those things and we try, and especially Daniel when he writes his lyrics, you know, we're not there and telling him like, no, don't write that. Like what he writes is awesome, you know. We believe in that, and that's why I feel like we're friends. So therefore, if we're friends, that means we have similar ideologies, and therefore it's like I agree, you know.
Right.
The first time we met, me and Christian, we talked about Caetano Veloso, I think.
Yeah, it was Caetano. Yeah.
Where'd you guys meet?
Was it an Eastside Cafe?
It was in Eastside Cafe.
Yeah.
El Rio was playing.
Yeah.
Dope band.
And then another band named Astro Jubilee was playing
Oh, okay.
that night. Yeah, that was a good band too.
Yeah, great band.
But yeah, and then like we had gotten together and we were talking and yeah, we were sharing music and I was like, oh, this guy knows a lot of good music, you know. So must be cool to jam with him, you know. And we did. Like he had another band. It was called Lobalam.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was there with a drummer, a singer, him, and I think one more person, or no?
Were you in there yet?
No, I wasn't in there yet.
Jessica?
Oh, Jessica wasn't.
Yeah.
Were you in there already? Oh, okay, yeah. And then Jessica. And so then when I walked in, I thought I was going to be a drummer. And then it turned out like, oh, no, man, bring your percussions. And I wasn't really big into percussions back then, so I didn't really know what to do. But then I showed up and I did some things, you know, and figured it out on my own, you know. And then, and then after that, like, you know, like, Robaflor kind of broke up, and us three still continued doing music, and Robaflor was born, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Who came up with the name?
It was me.
I like that name.
Where does it
Thank
come
you.
from?
Oh, good.
Thank you, man. Thank you for asking that question. Whatever you heard, this is the real story.
Allegedly.
Robaflor came because I was in college and I was like broke, you know, and I was with somebody and I didn't have the money to buy flowers, so I was just steal them from the campus, you know. I'm like, what the fuck? These flowers are tight, you know. Girl wants flowers, give me flowers, yeah.
For sure. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh,
Love.
but yeah. That's also like the backstory behind it, because it's like,
The song.
we have a song about it, but it's like, I don't know, making the most of like of what you got, like to make someone happy. You know, even if it's like even if there's like some like maña or whatever, like I'm also really into like literature and like Gabriel Garcia Marquez. That's something in his poetry that he like, and his books that he really brings to light. It's like, oh, you can still be like clever and like you know, Malia or whatever, and still like have a good heart with good intentions and like give something beautiful, you know.
Right. Yeah, it's always about the intention, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And actually wanting to do something, like
Yeah.
putting the effort, even if you don't have money for anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've been with my chick since I was 16, so
Wow.
dead broke.
Right.
Yeah, but now we're getting married, so that's cool.
Wow.
Congratulations!
That's dope.
a beautiful
I'm
thing.
happy for you.
Yeah.
Love is a beautiful
But
thing.
yeah, it's all about communication and yeah, like you said, intent for sure.
Mhm.
Plays a big part in everything.
Key to love is understanding.
The Majestics.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've been stuck on that song for a
It
bit.
is a good song.
I love that song.
Also, tell me about the 2 songs you guys gonna do today.
The first one, Vagabundo. Vagabundo is about being in MacArthur Park and looking at everybody, just like people watching all sorts of life. You just see them walk around. You know, it's like, where are so many people going?
Well, that's the one that's on Spotify, right?
Yeah. And then India is about being strong with yourself and like the body you're in, like like brown and black bodies. You know, like we're here to stay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also one of our new songs. It's one of the newest ones we've written, actually.
Okay.
So it's I guess you can say an old one, Vagabundo, and then with a new song. But then also that song, you know, he talks about like, you know, like just loving yourself, but also knowing that, you know, there are people out there that see the color of your skin and then right away will call you something, you know, and it might be kind of, you know, like offensive to you, you know. But don't let that get to you, you know. You be you and you do your thing, and that's as long as you're sure of it, you're gonna be just fine, you know. You don't have to worry about anybody and what they think or say, you know.
Sure.
It's a sad thing when people internalize that self-hate. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Especially within our brown culture. I mean, you know, I've had stories. I've heard stories, and I've also seen people like my brother. He looks like has very indigenous features. So growing up, they would call him, "Oh, te miras bien indio," you know.
Yeah.
And then like, but in my head, I was just like, "Oh, is that bad?" You know. But people would see it as bad. But now I think about it, I'm like, it's not bad, you know.
And they
Like,
were
it's-
badasses, man.
Yeah, and he honestly, like now to this day, I'm just like, man, like you look very different. Like he looks kind of like my brother, but not really. We've been in a band together, and they're always surprised that me and my brother are related, you know. But yeah, no, definitely, I've encountered some sort of racism in those ways, and I'm just like, that's why with this song, I really like it, and I like the lyrics on it. And then Vagabundo, you know, Vagabundo is like a vagabond, you know, out in the street,
Yeah.
hanging out, like enjoying life, seeing how others live their life, you know. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun when we play them.
Yeah, when I think of Vagabundo, I always remember that movie that Pedro Infante did.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it.
It's called Vagabundo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a little young or?
Yeah, he was younger.
Oh okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that movie's funny.
We have a movie night.
Vagabundo, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably have to watch it. No, it's not El Niño de la Mochila Azul. No, I'm just kidding.
That's my mom's favorite song, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Of course.
Thank
man.
you for having
us.
Thanks, man. Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
for
Yeah, I'm really
having
excited
us.
to having you guys.
This is a beautiful space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been trying to like do a single with you guys. Maybe that'll happen later, but
Oh yeah, you're always welcome.
this is just as good, you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm always here just to help out like fellow musicians like in the community. Like I don't charge for any of this. So I just want to listen to good music and have a good time with some friends, you know.
See, that's what it
Appreciate
is
it.
about. I mean,
Yeah.
music is about being free, you know. And music shouldn't be. I mean, yeah, nowadays, you know, we pay for music because, you know, so that way we could support artists. But aside from that, just music is something that should be libre, should be for the people, you know. So it's okay. Like we don't necessarily, if we play a show and they can't pay us, it's like, oh, well, you know, buy us some food or give us a drink, give us a 6-pack, we'll be cool, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's not even that big of a deal, yeah, you know. Unless we were driving far away, then yeah, maybe, you know, give us for gas, you know, at least, you know. But you know, it's like kind of like a fair exchange, you know.
Yeah.
But like usually, like if it's for like community and if it's for a space, like, nah, don't even worry about it, you know. We love playing for these sort of spaces. You know?
Yeah.
Some of
for
our favorite artists are broke, like penniless. And we're listening to them and being like, fuck, so inspiring, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Do you guys have any shout outs?
Shout out to El Rio, which is my other band.
Okay.
Oh.
I love them, and Melly and Brian, and shout out to Astro Jubilee and my yeah.
Shout out to Tofu, Banana Leaf Boy. Damn, if I'm not mentioning you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to my son for putting up with me playing guitar every time he goes to bed. I'm sure it's been some nights have been rougher than others, but he's my biggest fan, and I love that boy. So I hope he. It's gonna be a sad day when he's like, "Hey, Dad, you don't gotta play guitar no more." I'll be like, "Oh."
I'm a DJ now.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to my parents for making me play cumbias when I was like 11. Changed my life.
Have you guys listened to that like cumbia that's coming out of Monterrey?
No.
So they like take old vinyls of like Colombian cumbia, and then they just like hella slow it down.
Oh.
What?
You guys haven't heard that?
No.
Nah, I haven't seen that like YouTube channel that takes like rap tracks and they like slow it down and just add a bunch of reverb. And it's like, okay, cool.
But
I guess.
that's like pretty much what they do.
That's
like,
the same idea.
Yeah, they go like.
So
crazy
it hits harder, it goes deeper, right? Because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
lowering the pitch.
They just dress kind of weird though. They're just like 90s cholos, but they have like some crazy ass haircuts.
I
Damn.
think there's a movie about that.
That's something I'm not
Yeah,
worth.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
willing to
yeah,
gamble
yeah,
on a
yeah.
haircut.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a trip, but it's some sick ass music.
It's always beautiful to see how music evolves in a different way. Sometimes it's not the best, but you know, it's okay. You know, like you know, something like rap, how many times, and hip hop, how many times it has evolved, you know, and how many times people thought it was gonna die or it was gonna fade away, and same with rock, like it's yeah, it's not dead. It's just it evolved. At this point, like we're in, you know, like 2022, like people are trying new shit, and especially with the technology we have, why not, you know?
Yeah.
Really slow cumbias, you know?
Yeah.
Cumbias, back then they used to call them cumbias sentadas, were the slow ones. I guess this ones could be what, cumbias acostadas? Oh, yeah.
Cumbia retombadas.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, let's do this.
Cool.
All right.
Excited.
Thank you.